My Little Pointless Chapter by Full Metal Pony. Chopper's Adventures in Equestria. Set adrift, rumble. Fluttershy took a slice of bread from her saddlebag and tore it into tiny bits with her wings before flinging to pieces into the lake as he was standing by. She smiled as she watched a school of fish of various sizes and colors swim up and hastily devoured the bread.
There. I hope you all like it. Pinky and I worked extra hard to make that bread super nutritious. Winter's coming up, It's almost impossible to get you fall food when the lake freezes over.
The fishes happily partook of their meal and then darted off to the other parts of the lake.
Oh, please don't swim too fast,
Fluttershy murmured. Unfortunately, the fish didn't seem to listen and quickly left. Fluttershy looked down at the lake and sighed. She looked down at the water near her hose.
The water makes it so hard for them to hear me. Oh, some days it just makes me want to.
Acting on impulse, Fluttershy raised her front hose and prepared to strike a blow into the lake. Her hose reached down and produced two small ripples. The water didn't splash. To Fluttershy's horror, a frog jumped out of some nearby reeds and croaked at her. Ribbit. Fluttershy bent down, looked at the frog with eyes on the verge of tears.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Mr. Frog. I just lost my temper, and I...
The frog interrupted her with another croak and rolled its eyes.
What?
The frog croaked again.
I didn't disturb you? Oh, thank goodness.
You know, this is probably the most character Fluttershy's ever been. All thick!
I never want to disturb a little guy like you. I guess the food. Would you like that?
The frog croaked once more.
Oh, you already eat? Well, I guess I'll just be on my way then. I got some other animals too.
The frog let out croaks of ribbons. It looked at the sky with eyes wide as tear plates. Fluttershy's eyes mimicked the frog's as he rapidly spun around and looked up.
Mr. Frog, what are you talking about? There's nothing in the sky.
The sound of snapping wood filled the air. Whitetail Woods was not only a peaceful place. Oh my god! Somebody else actually has a fascination with Whitetail Woods! A stark contrast to the Everfree Forest. Occasionally, one of the forest's nastier residents would enter the woods, but nothing that made this much noise. This made many tree branches snapping at the same time, meant whatever was breaking them was big and they were breaking very fast, meaning the creature was also very agile.
Oh no.
Fluttershy quickly turned back to the frog, only to find it already fled. The sound was getting closer.
I got to hide.
Fluttershy's already started around and went out to the nearby reeds. She dashed into them and pressed herself into the water and the mud below it. Her whole body shivered, waiting for whatever creature was about to appear.
Please don't be a dragon. Please don't be a dragon.
The sound of branches snapping grew to a roar when a giant translucent paw zoomed over the forest, knocking over the tips of a few trees. It wasn't until the birds began chirping and other ambient noises returned to the forest, Fluttershy emerged from her hiding spot. She was covered head to hoof in mud, and a few reeds were sticking out of her mane. She looked down at her messy form and sighed.
Oh, Verity would be so mad if she sees me like this.
She turned her head up and looked where the trees had been broken.
What was that?
I'm bored, complained a red-tailed brown dragon. No. I'm not going to jump into conclusions. It's not going to be one of the most annoying dragon characters in the history of this show. It is not. I'm going to read this, and I'm going to be positive that this author isn't going to try to sick Garble at me. Because if it did, be prepared for Garble to either A, have a badly done voice, or B, have me mess up his name every single sentence. He bit off a piece of ruby, and then chucked a now deformed gem into the pile of other stones. Shut up, Quake, hissed a nearby dragon. I'm bored too, but you don't see me complaining about bored being helped. But Shinji, Quake continued, we've been watching these gems where nothing's shown up. These stupid frogs finally not to realize to mess with us. Shinji got up and began to cry. I'm sorry, but Shinji Ikari's character usually cries a lot, so allow me to translate. He's talking about this character named Boyle, and he fell asleep at a job and got part of his horse stolen, and he's a scary loser. that type of thing. It's pretty sad and depressing, you know. Always being a little thinner too. Hey! Quick, Baron, start teeth at Saitama. This is all muscle. Really? Saitama said, backing away and just walking around. You bore me. I'm going off somewhere else. There's a free dog contestant lately. Now, I should let you guys know that if Garba were to show up and say any other fanfic, I would probably read him and give him that usual dumb, stupid, goofy, moronic, assholeless voice that he deserves. Because a lot of those other times in those other fics, Garba would be getting what he deserves. An epic beatdown. Please see Families, where Garble thinks he can mess with the main six. Twilight then introduces his eye to a sharp spike, and it is beautiful. However, I'm not going to probably get that chance. I'm going to hope and pray that just maybe Fluttershy will stare them all down to make them shit themselves every single night for the rest of their lives. But I'm not going to get that. No, I am not going to get that story, and I'm probably never going to see that type of story in this fic. You all know what's going to happen. You all know what's about to happen. Garble's going to somehow be better and be all intimidating and bullshit like that. But no, I'm not doing that. The moment Fluttershy shows up with me at Garble, this bastard's going down! As a matter of fact, I'm just going to scan ahead to see what we're going to have, and then I'm going to let you know if I'm going to be happy. This chapter got lucky. Oh, it's still got something infuriating for me to see, but it got lucky. Quake didn't listen, instead darted by for a nearby rock. This just made... Oh, I got it. I got it. The perfect character to replace Garble with. I mean, I can't believe I didn't think it before. The most worthless character in all of RWBY! Cardinal Chuckle. Die! Why was I made? Why was I written into an awesome show? Die! Cardinal is interrupted by his horde exploding. Yes! Bombs everywhere! Kill the bits! Gems went flying everywhere. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a group of diamond dogs emerged in the chaos and started clutching the gems, picking them up from the ground. Hurry! One of the dogs yelled. Well, Big Dumb Lizard is distracted! Oh, wait.
Can it be? Are we having the vessel war of diamond dogs versus dragons?
No, it's just Garble and his 3 cronies, so...
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Okay, let's face it. When Garble dies, Ember has actually put it into the Dragon Code bylaws that there is to be a moment of celebration over his death. And now, some of you people might be wondering, but Martial Art Fruit user, don't you really love Dragon Lord? Ah, yes. And you're probably wondering about that Twilight scene. Very simple. Twilight was trying to be respectful of other cultures and not trying to cause an international incident. Now, if this had not been one of those times that Garble was trying to attack her, this would happen. Ha! I'm immune to magic, right? You're not immune to spikes. Ow! Oh! Eat! Ow! Oh! Eat! Ow! Oh! Eat! Boy, meanie! Bitch! I'm the element of magic! Ba-bam! Dead Garble. Oh yeah, no redemption. Garble's dead. Now, I know it sounds like I want him dead, but I want the bastard dead. More fanfics where Garble gets his ass beaten, please.
Good how?
Said a Lion King Diamond Dog.
Yes, very good.
Said another dog. This one was very short and slightly retoned. He raised up his bag and put it on a table like stone in the middle of a large cavern.
Stupid big lizards!
A third dog raised up his bag and put it on a stone.
What does Boom? We didn't plan Boom. Who cares?
Short dog chuckled. He quickly undid the knot in his bag and overlooked the gem. He then moved on to the lanky dog's bag.
I like Boom. We should get it.
He then moved over to the lost dog's bag and poked as it undid the bag's knot.
We could even steal more gem.
A pair of large eyes stared back at the diamond dog. It belonged to a small creature with a pair of horns. The dog paused and looked over the creature's form. He looked somewhat like a diamond dog, but his limbs were even more with its torso and ended with cloven hooves. It also had a strange sound on top of his head. The dog's eyes narrowed.
That's not gem.
Yeah!
The little creature screamed. Its body shuddered, but it didn't move beyond that.
Yeah, I can't move! Someone help!
The small dog quickly reacted and placed a claw over the creature's mouth.
Screaming thing annoying.
He glared over at the large dog.
We only get gems. That it was gem.
The large dog replied.
Doesn't matter. We throw it at.
The small dog's eyes then widened, then turned back to the creature.
If it not gem, then maybe it Boom. Oh,
The other two dogs hawed.
but how do we know if it is Boom?
Small dog raised the leg and scratched his head.
We ask.
He focused back on the creature.
I move paw away if you don't scream. Understand?
The creature nodded.
Good.
The dog moved his paw away. The creature breathed a little, then screamed.
Where am I? What's going on? Who are you?
The dog raised his paw and silenced the creature again.
You yell again, and we throw you to lizards, stupid whore thing. Reminds me of...
His muzzle turned to a deep scowl.
her.
Her dogs gasped at this. The leggy one whispered.
It not be bad, but not that bad. Maybe lizards scared it. Maybe it want food.
The creature weakly nodded yes.
See?
Said the lanky dog. He walked over and removed the small dog's paw from the creature.
We not hurt you, horn thing. Horn thing wants food, yes?
I am hungry, but I can't move.
The creature weakly replied.
Give me a few minutes and I should be fine.
That's okay.
Replied the lanky dog.
We need to stay quiet for a little anyway. Lizards will be listening.
Lizards?
The creature asked.
Big lizards,
Said the third dog.
Lizards have wings and shoot fire, but they have good gems.
The creature's eyes widened.
Those aren't lizards, those are dragons! What sort of crazy island did I land on?
This island, this cave.
The lanky dog chuckled.
You silly horn thing.
I am not a horn thing. I'm a reindeer.
The creature huffed.
And my name is Chopper.
Never heard of reindeer before.
Lanky dog sighed.
Whose remind us of pony though? You strange pony?
No,
The small dog whispered.
Pony have butt tattoo.
you mean a brand?
Asked Topper.
Call it whatever.
The lanky dog replied. Topper sniffed around a little, causing a large diamond dog to clatter to the ground. His eyes nearly popped out of his head when he saw the sheer amount of treasure he was resting on.
Huh?
The small dog grinned.
You like? If you go boom, then you get us good gems. We like you if you go boom.
So much treasure.
Chopper stirred.
Yes.
The small dog chuckled.
We like gems. Lizards, stupid. They only eat gems.
The image of a raging, orange-haired girl flashed through Topper's mind.
Nami would kill them. What a weird place. Can you tell me anything more? Anything dangerous here?
The dogs looked at each other, then back at Chopper.
Lizards, stupid,
Said the small one.
easy to steal from, but ponies. Ponies very dangerous.
Topper's cheeks puffed up, and he tried to hold back a laugh, but failed. His laughter ran through the cavern. He managed to raise up himself.
How can you make a pony be dangerous?
Oh, I don't know. Nestle Spike and, well, Garble will tell you that that eye does not feel does not feel good right about now. He kind of misses it. Ember, of course, is laughing at him about this. Repeatedly. After she's done kicking him in the nuts.
You have not met her.
The small dog shuddered. Topper raised an eyebrow.
The screaming one. She was evil. She would not stop complaining. We tried to cover her ears, but her voice got through. Every dog knows and fears her. The rarity.
Okay.
Chopper replied, kissing all over his face.
But why was he complaining?
Something popped on the ground. Chopper and the dogs looked as a small orange ball rolled across the ground and came to rest at the dog's bottom paws. The small dog bent down and picked up the ball.
What's this thing? Candy?
No!
Chopper yelled.
That's a rumble ball. It's not candy.
What is it?
Asked the big dog, curiosity growing in his eyes.
It's mine. Please don't eat it. It could be dangerous for anyone else to eat it besides me.
Chopper continued yelling, his eyes growing a little desperate. Um, excuse me, I need to check out the SBS corner, but I'm pretty positive I've read somewhere where the rubble ball only affects devil fruit users, in mainly Chopper. To everybody else, it's just a ball of candy. I'm not completely sure about this. I'm going to have to actually check the SBS corner.
Well, it's ours now.
The small dog sneered. And over to Macro, he raised the ball up, placed it over his mouth.
We hungry anyway.
Okay, I just did some checking on some of the boards, and it looks like there is no record of Oda actually saying anything about what would happen if anyone else ate it. But apparently, a lot of people are pointing out it mainly affects Zoan users. So, for the dogs, it would do nothing. At all.
No!
Chopper pushed with all his strength and launched himself off the gem pile and snatched the ball out of the small dog's grasp. However, he snatched it away with his mouth and accidentally ate it, then tumbled to the ground. The dogs rushed over and glared down at him.
That was a stupid thing to do,
the dog growled.
Bad to steal from dogs.
You stole it from me!
Chopper yelled back as he pushed himself back onto his bottom hooves. He involuntarily smiled at being able to move again, even if his legs were a little wobbly.
I don't like taunting anymore.
The lanky dog hissed.
We should put it in saddle.
I should have known these were no good.
Chopper growled. Then he smacked one hoof on top of the other.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm a thief too. But pirates are still better than jewel thieves.
Horn thing talk too much.
The small dog complained.
We shut mouth now. He along with the other dogs. Then turned to lunch at Chopper. I'm not stopping this line right now.
So, that's how it is. Fine, I'm put the...
Even as he spoke, Chopper's form shifted and went on to all four of his hooves, which became rounder and thicker. His muzzle pushed out a bit, and his horn disappeared beneath his hat. On his vault, a beaker with a pink liquid in it, with 3 cherry blossoms in front of it, appeared on his flank.
What? Why is my form messed up?
Chopper didn't get to finish, and all the dogs tackled him at once. He couldn't even see under all 3 of them. The big dog smiled.
We get horn thing good. Now we throw it in shell.
God, Pluto!
47 ate in front of the dogs. All 3 of them were suddenly pulled away by a giant furry ball. Out of the ball emerged Chopper's head.
Phew, at least this part seems normal.
His eyes looked over the dazed dogs.
They're moved now.
He shifted forms again. This time his horns grew out. His hooves stayed thin, and his third thicker around his chest.
Fucking plate would get me out the fastest.
He then darted out of the cavern. A few minutes later, the dogs recovered. They rubbed their heads and looked around. Finally, the lanky dog spoke up.
It had blood tattoo.
The other dogs shook their heads. Together, all 3 snarled.
It's Pony Spy.
They then all took off, crawling deep into the caverns.
Gotta keep running. There's gotta be an exit somewhere.
Chopper thought as he dashed through the tunnels. He took a whiff of the air and caught traces of smoke and fire that differed from the cave's scent. All the while looking so adorable.
Where's everyone else? You're almost flying. Darn it! I need to get back to the archipelago.
He skidded to a stop and raced down a tunnel.
This way!
Small dog's voice then echoed throughout the cave.
Pony, we'll find you.
Pony?
Chopper thought as he ran faster.
Is that what I look like with arm point? Why would the rumble ball mess me up like that?
His thoughts were interrupted by him smacking into a stone wall.
Ow! What's going on? I thought this was where the exit was.
You know, a little bit off topic here, but I kind of wish Chopper didn't have a pony mode. He was just in fact just a reindeer. That he was a normal reindeer when he changed into his normal form. kind of prefer that. Chapter tilted back to his normal form and ran his head, then looked up and saw a glimmering light at the far top of the cavern.
Okay, I gotta get out there before...
We're coming, pony!
The small dog yelled.
No time! Jumping point up!
Chopper's body shifted once more. It grew in size, but also became sleeker. He also went onto all fours again and grunted a little when his back started to burn. He turned around and stared in shock as wings sprouted out of his back.
What the hell? Darn it!
He rapidly flapped his wings slowly and cautiously rose, continually bumping the cavern walls.
Come on, just work until I get to the top.
He glared down and saw the dogs were at the bottom of the cavern. The small dog waved to Clinton's paw at Chopper.
Stupid pony! We'll climb and get you!
True to his words, he and the other dogs began climbing the walls, racing up to Chopper. In response, Chopper flapped his wings even faster and pushed against the stone walls to propel himself out of the cavern. Above him, the access light was getting brighter.
Almost near,
Chopper huffed. He reached out and huffed right as his wings gave out. With a last heave, he pulled himself out.
Meet!
Oh, no, poor Chopper. Well, that was when Garble and his team showed up. Chopper, not being an idiot, immediately went into arm point and proceeded to beat the snot out of him. And Chopper, confused as why his team met Garble, proceeded to walk away and met up with Fluttershy. Fluttershy and Chopper became fast friends, and Fluttershy took Chopper to her cabin where they proceeded to have tea and crumpets. Then, they both shared medical lessons together. They both talked about their doctoring skills, and Chopper became a better vet and became a better doctor. And that is exactly what I would want to see! But why would I want to see that, right? It's not like I'm trying to read a One Piece crossover fic. No. I wanted to see Chopper fight off against Diamond Dogs. That's what I came here for. I didn't come here to see Chopper interacting with Fluttershy. Andy, get me my mallet. You know, guys, there's a series of fan arts that my mother has downloaded to the computer lately, where it has images of the Straw Hats all bonding together with different ponies. It's really good. The art is fantastic. You know what makes those art great? Is that it actually shows the characters that I care about actually interacting with the Straw Hats and vice versa. What kind of annoys me is that that's kind of what I would want for these set of Drift chapters, is to see the Straw Hats interacting. The closest we're getting to is Robin's chapter. Oh well. Maybe I can move on to the next chapter and watch more Luffy's affair. Frick again. My little side story that has nothing to do with the main story, so why are you guys even here? No, part number 4.
Franky's Adventures in Equestria.
Set adrift, mechanical brother of mine. Anything? I think it's the 4th piston. It's no... A cacophony of heat and noise cut off the pony. The giant train-like behemoth he was under let out a giant heap of smoke. Its flames rose up for a brief moment before sagging down. Gears screeched when they went the wrong way, and parts of the metal line bent and deformed. It was over in an instant, but the sound rung through the air. The pony had been cut off by the explosion and slowly pulled himself out of the mess. It's difficult to make out his cream yellow coat underneath all the soot the machine had deposited on him. His red and white mane glistened with the sheen of motor oil. The oil was so thick that it made the white part look gray. He blurrily took in his surroundings. He stumbled a little before another pony rushed to his aid.
Easy there,
said the other pony. save for a dirty red mustache and a slightly different cutie mark. The two ponies were identical. The mustache of the pony even was just as dirty. Well, at least you didn't lose your mustache. The mustacheless pony let out a nervous chuckle and fell to the ground. His muzzle pointed down, and he dared not to make eye contact with the other pony. Flam, what are we going to do? Flam took a few steps over to his brother and placed a hoof on his shoulder. Now, Flam, it's just a little jam that. Flam slid the hoof away before it made contact. It was now staring right at his Flam. We should have been holding multiple jams ever since that blasted sire competition. He then stared at the Super Sire Squeezy 6000 for a few moments. When the words came out of his mouth, it bit like bare wind. Brother, we might have to start from scratch. What? Flam's story said. Flam, we've retooled, added, subtracted, and reworked her. We've never even fully scrapped her. Even her register is back from when we used it to just sell Sire off the Manhattan streets. You can't be serious. Author, I know that I've been defending the out-of-characterness for the opponent for the main six so far, but, you know Flame and Flam are con men, right? They would not be working this long on the Super Seer Squeezy 6000. They would just give up and move on to a new machine. Flam, you know her as well as I do. The Pistons are a mess. The gas tank is on the verge of leaking into the Sire stores. The master recessors are on the fritz, and the darn steering wheel is just as sturdy as a Tartarus. To be fair, the last one's always been an issue. Flam weakly replied. Flam raced down and grabbed his brother by his shoulders. Brother, we have to face facts. Sweet Apple Acres has really cooked our roots. We've barely been able to get by with what we've made in towns. A small brown maple leaf blew in the wind and fell on Flam's mane. To top it all off, the fall isn't going to last much longer. When the winter sets in, we'll have to deal with even bigger prices to get apples. We're not far from Baltimore. We can just sell whatever drinkable cider we can there, get for what we can for bring the squeezy, and start anew in the spring. We can always do song and dance if we need to get calves through the winter. You guys are con men! This would be easy! Shoot, I bet you guys could con a sweet old mare out of her life savings if you told her that she would have a miracle tree. Okay, you did. Shoot, I bet you guys would con your own grandmother to get calves. We did. Yeah, why, yes. Why, dear old Gramsci never knew what happened. Yeah, I had a feeling. Flam's face for I will not. Flam! Flam guesses his brother gave him a little shake. We have to give it up. Unless Princess Celestia sends a holy mechanic from the sky to fix her, the Sire's crazy is done. You know, this is the first time I think I've ever seen Flim and Flam mischaracterized. And having an important part of their character being removed. I think this is probably the first ever on this show. Nathan responded to Flam with a loud boom. Violent tremors erupted from the ground and shook the brothers in their machine. The two of them fell to the ground and held their ears for fear of losing their hearing along with their balance. As swiftly as they come, whatever had occurred abated. Neither of the brothers moved for a few moments. The barren road around them became deathly quiet. The only noise was a pitter-patter of oil leaking from the squeezy. When no further tremors came, they dared to lift their heads, looking at each other. Are you okay, brother? They asked simultaneously. Flam got off the ground and wiped some of the dirt off himself. It was a futile attempt, as most of it was stuck to the mess that was already covering his coat. Nothing worse than that time in Las Pegasus. Don't remind me. Flam severed at the memory of the ground turning into smush and the earth cracking like an egg. He scratched his head for a moment before speaking again. But Baltimore never has earthquakes. When did Equestria could have caused that? Flam pointed out the road. Perhaps that? Perhaps what? Flam squinted his eyes, and then noticed that, where the landscape had been rather flat before, there was now a clear deformation. Brother, maybe we should go investigate. Wait a minute. Equestria has earthquakes? Earthquakes are caused by tectonic plate movement. You mean to tell me that for the past 600 years, nobody asked Celestia, no scientist went in to try to figure out what made tectonic plates and what made the earthquakes, and saw that the whole of Equestria was a freaking continent or an island? Your whole kind of conspiracy is kind of flimsy, Vic. I suppose it'll be dragging the squeezy to Baltimore. Flam sighed, trotted out the road for whatever oddity. Flam followed close behind. What do you think caused the quake? Asked Flim. It couldn't have been a meteor. Flam casts his eyes over to the sky. You know those little rocks that float really high up and fall down when nobody's expecting them? Flam's brow and his lips sitting down, and his voice slipped a little. So, we're going to expect a rock then? Now, hold on a minute, Flim. It might just be a rare rock. You're saying the money's going to be tight. We should take whatever we can to help to get by. They reached the crater and gazed down. Both their eyes went wide. Flynn rubbed his before looking down again. Brother, that's not a rock. A pony bigger than he had ever seen was lying in the middle of a crater. Standing up, he could have easily dwarfed Flim and Flam, despite their liking appearance. But where Flim and Flam were spindly, this pony was heavily muscular. His legs were especially prominent, and his front legs were muscular and exaggerated to the point of being cartoonish. The star emblems on them thus accentuated the pony's oddness. Turn up! Okay, so far, every pony of the Straw Hats, with the exception of Robin, have been ponies. Robin has become a changeling. Why do we have Franky as a pony when we could easily have him, and it makes far more sense, it would be a lot more interesting and fun if he was instead a Minotaur. Why not make him a freaking Minotaur? You could get the poses down, you would have him being able to do all the cool stuff he would do. It would look awesome. So why not a Minotaur, huh? Minotaurist. He had on a red, unbuttoned Hawaiian vest over his torso. His mane was the same electric blue hue as his coat, and hanging simply across his shut eyes. A pair of angular sunglasses rested behind his ears. The brothers noted with interest that while he had a horn, it didn't match his coat's color. It glistened with the unmistakable shimmer of metal. Like his horn, a good portion of the pony's upper muzzle was metallic. To top off his strange appearance, the pony's chin seemed to be made of 3 triangles. Like his brother, Flame rubbed his eyes to make sure that there was an absolute pony in front of him. Then, he withdrew his hoof. The pony was still there and unconscious. This is going to be one of those days, isn't it, brother? It might be, Flynn moused, a slight grin now growing on his face as he gestured a hoof to the pony's flank. What to make of that? Flynn's eyes grew wider. When he saw the pony's key mark, it was a wrench and a hammer forming an X shape. A nail ran through the middle of them, completing the mark. Brother, you don't think? Celestia works in mysterious ways. Flynn jumped down onto the crater and used his magic to prop up half of the pony. The effort caused a few drops of sweat to form on his face, and his breathing became labored. Come on, brother! He's quite heavy. I'll need you to get your help get him out. Ugh! The pony mumbled. He quickly opened his eyes, and he let them readjust to his light. It wasn't too hard, given that it was night. The smell of apples cooking drifted into his nose. His stomach growled in response. Looks like our guest is awake and hungry, came a voice. The pony glanced to his left and was met with 2 ponies staring at him. They were sitting around a fire and cooking something in a skillet. A large barrel was propped up near the fire. A small bit of amber-hued liquid dripped out of it. The pony raised a hoof and rubbed his head. Ugh, I'm not really feeling super this way. He stopped rubbing his head and pulled his hoof back, so it was directly in front of his eyes. Like other parts of his body, it was bandaged up since he had a few cuts on it. His pupils contracted on it as he took in the sight. Okay, let me read that sentence again and let's see if you One Piece fans can see the problem. He held up his hoof, and like other parts of his body, it was bandaged up since it had a few cuts on it. What is wrong with that sentence, Nora?
Isn't Franky a cyborg? And hasn't it been kind of, I don't know, confirmed that blades and bullets really don't work on his outer hide because of his body, and the only real weakness of him is his back? Exactly, Nora. Now go kill that Graham. Yay!
Flame handed the skillet over to Flim and trotted over to the now waiting pony. Don't worry. Luckily, nothing was broken or needed stitches. You must be quite tough to get through whatever landed you here without any serious injuries. How about you tell us over dinner? Ugh! The pony repeated. He looked away from his hoof and at Flam. Okay, this is so not super. First, where's my hand? Second, why are you talking? Third, where the hell am I? Flam rolled the questions around his head. His attention went back to Flim, who was still tending to deer. However, Flynn's ears were perked up and intensely listened to the conversation. Brother, do you know what a hen is? Flynn gave a shrug in response. He was smiling more, not burning the apples he was cooking. Flynn turned his attention back to the pony. Sorry, not sure what a hen is. Is that some sort of tool?
No, it's...
The pony stopped when he realized he struck on his head.
Damn, of course a horse wouldn't know what a hand is.
His eyes shifted down to his hoof again. He brought up his other front hoof and touched both of them together. He ran his left hoof over his right hoof, and vice versa, making out the same. He reclined back, banged his head against the squeezy.
A horse, this sounds great.
Flame tilted his head a little at the pony's response. I don't follow.
Bear bastard blasts me off and turns me into a damn horse.
The pony kept staring at the sky, not noticing Flame's face and becoming more and more contorted with worry. Perhaps you can explain? Flame asked. The pony took a deep breath and bent his head back to look at Flame straight in the eye.
The whole story's got a little crazy, but the gist of it is I got separated from a few of my friends. Now I gotta get out of whatever the hell this is.
The pony dug his legs to the ground. He used his front hose to push himself up. However, he quickly fell back to the ground with a thud. Flame rushed over and helped him back up. Easy there, you're still beating up pretty bad.
I wish that was all that was wrong.
The pony sighed. Flame dragged over the pony's left foreleg, over his back, and started marching over to the campfire. If you want to get somewhere, my brother and I have a proposal we'd like to make. Why don't we talk about it over some food? The pony tried to take a few steps, but was more or less dragged by Flam. It blew up at his left proper door.
Might as well. Probably not getting anywhere by myself like this.
On the bright side, we do know cola exists in the pony universe, so he'll easily be able to get what he needs. Flim and Flam's bowels floated up in front of them while they reached the pony each. Pieces of mouse were flying everywhere, but most of it ended up on the pony's muzzle. When he finished the bowl, he extended his tongue out and licked off the remains of his food from his face. He bent his head out of the now empty bowl and patted his stomach.
Good food. Now, if only you had something left to deal with.
The bear stared at the uncouth pony for a minute before Flim spoke up. He gestured over to the barrel next to the fire. We do have sire.
Sire?
The pony somehow managed to crunch up his metallic nose.
Not my thing. Got any soda?
Soda? Both the brothers exclaimed. Their eyes turned upward a little. See, like they would fast out for a second. However, they focused again and glared at the pony. Flem took the initiative and thrust a hoof at the pony. Now see here! We are the finest sellers of cider in all of Equestria!
No, you are con men!
Alright, con men! What? I was... Andy, you were able to determine that they were con men, right?
Yep.
Oh! Did you even watch the episode? We would never dirty the squeezy with that diabetic concoction. Not even if it meant earning double that we would make. Flam added. The pony shoved his two front hose back and forth for spots.
Okay. Guess I'll get some at Baltimore or whatever. Jeez. Speaking about that, what's this deal you wanted me to talk about?
Flim says both sides. Well, mister. Oh, hey, we haven't even gotten your name. The pony smiled and flipped his sunglasses onto the bridge of his nose. He stuck his forelegs out together so the markings of them formed a star, and raised them overhead.
Franky! You better remember it.
Then fell flat on his face due to the shift of balance. Right, Flame replied. Anyway, Franky, we want to get to Baltimore, and you want to get to where it is you were before you landed.
That's right,
Franky bellowed. Flame scratched his mustache in a nervous manner. Eyes went down to Franky's cutie mark, then back to Franky's face. The problem is, Baltimore is a bit of a journey away by a hoof. Now we have a problem with our ride, and dragging it will take a while. Franky's ears instinctively perked up a little.
Right, huh? What's there things to ride on this island anyway?
Flame opened his mouth to question what Franky meant about island, but instead chose to point something behind Franky's head. Franky flipped his sunglasses before turning around. With his eyes unobscured, he saw the crimson reflection of fire on steel. Even in the night, his eyes could trace the outline of the massive machine. Most of his attention were on the parts that were illuminated by the flames, though. Those sections of the machine were easier to make out and see their inner workings. Franky chuckled as he got into his sinking hose and stumbled over to the machine.
Now this is a fine piece of work. Good craftsmanship, sturdy materials.
His eyes went over to the paraconductor.
A few unfamiliar things, but beauty nonetheless. So much like the sea train.
Frankie thought as he stopped the sunny side, taking in the entirety of the machine. He placed a hoof on it. A smile instantly faded from his face. Now he heard the sound of leaking oil, the crack of messed up pistons, and the tension of steel just waiting to burst. Frankie didn't turn around and kicked his hoof on the machine.
So you've been through a lot. You've had it for a long time, haven't you?
Clam then gave his brother a forlorn frown before turning to Frankie. Yes, Ray.
Then why did you do this to her?
Frankie snarled. He roughly spun around with eyes boiling with rage, stumbled over to Flim and Flam. He wanted to turn away from him, but his glare held him captive.
She's been around a while, so accumulating damage is natural. But what's messing her up now is new. What did you do?
The brothers quivered and stayed silent for a moment. The only sound was crackling of fire. Finally, Flim's cultist spoke up. We were foolish. We got greedy and forgot what made us and her so great in the first place. Now we're all paying the price. Excuse me, I'm gonna leap out the window.
Me too.
Please, Flim called out, falling to Frankie's knees. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. We tried everything with her, but it never holds. She's been with us since we were goats! The caravel ship was aflame. Frankie had known her for just a few days, but she was the only one of her kind he had ever seen. She had climbed mountains, braved storms, and even flown in the sky. She had been a brave ship that held her crew close to its heart. The scene in front of Frankie now wasn't on the same level, but there was still love in it. I'm sorry, guys, but as a One Piece fan, what happened to Mary still hurts, okay? Darn you, Frankie, don't get to use Mary's name in vain! Frankie relaxed his shoulders and fell on his haunches.
You two are a bunch of idiots. But I can tell you taking good care of her. I'll see what I can do.
Really? The brothers cried. They fell on their knees and hugged Frankie's legs. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Cut it out!
Frankie vigorously swung his legs around to dislodge the two brothers.
Actually, I don't think I ever told you I was a craftsman. How'd you figure it out?
The brothers both chuckled. Flemington gestured to Frankie's flank. Simple, you're a kitty mark.
Huh?
Frankie twisted his neck back and glanced at the bizarre mark on his flank.
That's what this weird thing is? Jeez, what a freaky island. Although, I'd be fine with a tattoo if I had hands.
There you go with those hand things, Flame commanded. His horn lit up, and a tin box flew out of the squeezy and over to them. To Frankie's eyes, the box somehow opened itself, revealing nuts, nails, and hammers. If you need tools, we pretty much got everything you need right here. Frankie bent down and rustled his muscle up through the toolbox. However, he quickly pulled his head back, glanced at the squeezy, then raised an eyebrow at the brothers.
That's all you got? Where are your wielding torches? Your saws? Your screwdrivers? Hell, the most you could make with this would be a mediocre crate.
I would say Frankie could use his blowtorch ability, but he's right now low on cola, so he probably doesn't have full power. Flynn looked to his brother for advice, but they both had the same confused expression. Their mouths were now scrunched up as if they were chewing on their words, trying to figure out what to say. Surely you use simple fire and sandy spells as a grass pony, right?
Of course I use fire and sandy, but what's this about spells?
Frankie asked. Something was up, Flynn mumbled. He trotted over and tapped Frankie's horn, producing a clink. Frank, you're an earth pony, aren't you? Frankie tilted his head until it was at an odd, nearly 90-degree angle.
No, we've already done the Brook storyline! Eh? Earth Pony? You're saying not everything on this island has a horror like you?
The response quieted Flam. It was meant that Flam had to take over. Where did you come from again?
Far enough away that all this pony stuff is pretty confusing. Whatever.
Frankie let out another chuckle, picked up the hammer and some nails with his teeth.
This ain't the first time I've been incapacitated on the job. I'll do what I can with what you got here. When we get to a town, though, I need some real tools.
Flynn put a hoof into objection. We're in stuff for cash as is, so...
So I'll steal it!
Frankie finished the sentence.
Forgot to mention, I'm a shipwright to a pirate crew, so stealing is no issue to me.
Not to mention, but we have seen those type of items before. In the third season. We know they use it. Heck, we saw construction material on Merdwell.
We know they exist, author!
The brothers' jaws skeeved open before both of them started stuttering similar words. Flynn managed to form a coherent sentence first. You're a criminal? That's great! So are we! Not that we'll admit it, but we are criminals too.
Nice! Put it there, bros!
And so did they become friends.
Yep.
Franky set down the nails and readjusted the hammer in his mouth before getting on his belly. He shifted his body around and disappeared under the squeezy. However, his voice still echoed through the night air.
Don't worry, though. You have my word, I'll fix this machine right up.
Despite the cool night air, a little bit of sweat trickled down Flam's face. Brother, we're not hiding a fugitive, are we? As he said, Flam. Flam sighed. It'd be worse than Las Pegasus. The sound of the hammer hitting metal filled the darkness. By now, the moon was high in the air and casted its glow on the squeezy. Flam had stood by the squeezy for some time, asking if Franky needed their assistance, but he had remained silent. The only noise he produced were a few grunts mixed in with broke between hammer swings. The sound eventually became rhythmic to the brothers, and they set their fire and gone to bed. Long after the brothers had fallen asleep, the hammer stopped and true silence graced the road. A dirty blue hoof appeared from under the squeezy and pulled its owner out. The hammer was still clenched between Franky's teeth. He slowly wobbled back to his hooves. Once he was all right, he fell to the ground.
Ugh! Damn it!
He spat the hammer out, but didn't have the strength to send it more than a few inches away from his mouth. There were bite marks on the handle, and a little bit of blood trickled off of it into the dirt.
Crap!
Franky thought.
It's worse than I thought. The hammer's gonna fix it. Hell, just dragging it to the next town could permanently wreck it. They really don't have any other tools?
Franky glanced down at his hooves. He peered closely at them and noted the small lines running along them, a faint shimmer of metal here and there. He prodded his left foreleg with his right hoof, and with a click, it separated from the rest of his leg to feel 4 holes inside his wrist. If you could call it a wrist anymore.
So, my schematics are still the same then.
Franky peered at the holes before a small piece of lead popped out of one of them. He slid his right hoof to the ground and grit his teeth.
I could use fast fire if I had more fuel. Damn! There's gotta be a way to fix this. I can't be stuck here.
He gasped when he thought about the Flam talked about. One of the fire and the barrel of cider he had been drinking from. He pushed himself off the ground and slowly advanced over the barrel. He felt around his side until he found a point where he could push down. Part of his torso opened up, revealing a compartment with 3 empty bottles in it. He took one bottle out of his mouth and filled it with cider. He eyed the full bottle a moment before sticking it back into his compartment and grabbing another bottle.
Hope this does something at least.
Okay, this is another direct copy off of the Mechanical Island. However, I'm going to let this slide for a few seconds because I am damn curious as to how that freaking cider is going to affect our dear beloved Franky. The smell of burning oil and shouting Mystery woke Flam. Flam woke up staring after. Neither of them moved, instead took in the noise and scent. Brother, you don't think he's been up all night? Asked Flim. In the seat he was in? Flam balked. I'm sure he just got up earlier than us, I suppose. Perhaps he's made progress then? Flim squatted down to a sleeping bag and stretched out his limbs. After producing a few cracks, he made his way over to the squeezy. Then proceeded to scream like a filly who just got her cutie mark. Flam, come quick! Flim attempted to race out of his sleeping bag, but his right hind leg got on the edge of it. He fell and was sprawling on the ground for a second, before he spat out of the dirt on his stomach. He got out. He took off to fall to where his brother was. Flam, what the hay is? Flam's words fell right on the side of him. The squeezy was billowing out a steady stream of white smoke. Its engines were running, but silent. Its magical conductors were humming in the morning air. It was like Sweet Apple Acres incident had never occurred at all. Once more, the squeezy now glinted in the morning light, with what could only be described as a healthy glow. Flim slowly reached out a hoof to make sure he fixed the squeezy was still there. His lips quivered as he mouthed out words before actual sentences took shape. Flam! In all her years, he never looked this good. You know, this is probably the only fanfic I've read where they decided to actually make the brothers into a cider salesman. I don't know whether this is a good thing or if this is an annoying thing. Flynn rubbed his eyes and tugged at his mustache to confirm he was awake. I know, brothers.
Oh, hey, brothers! You like what I said?
Flynn and Flam searched for the voice's owner and found it on top of the squeezy. It was similar to the pony he had dinner with last night, but aspects were different. He now had a genuinely teary grin on his face, whereas before his smile had a mischievous element to it. The biggest difference was his mane and tail, though. His mane were now flipped up, and had a spiky quality to it that was no longer blue. Rather, both it and its tail were a similar hue to the brothers. Mr. Franky? Flam dared to ask. Franky enthusiastically jumped down from the squeezy, landing right in front of Flim and Flam. The brothers now saw his horn was spinning like a drill, and had a faint orange glow to it. The brothers quickly noticed that Franky had a mock frown on his face.
Don't call me that, brother. Just call me brother.
What? The brothers spoke fast. Franky playfully tried around them. It looks like he was dancing.
See, I got to thinking last night. This is one fine machine you got there. Making all this hair you want. Would be a shame to leave it. I think I'd like to stay around and work on it, if that's all right with you, brothers.
Flim and Flam gave each other a long, hard stare before smiles erupted on their faces. Certainly, they both said. Franky raised up his legs again, pressing the gear.
Super!
Oh no. Flam tried it over and ran a hook to Squeezy's rail guard. I had to ask, how did you fix it just one night?
It was easy once I got some of that cider in me. I figured out how to use this horn and everything. Wish we had to where I come from. They make a ship building a breeze.
Franky suddenly reached his arms and hugged Flim and Flam.
But it doesn't matter now, brothers. We've got a cider to sell.
Yes, said Flim. He and Flam broke out of Franky's hug and took up their seat aside on the Squeezy. However, before they let up their horns to get moving, they noticed something was odd. In front of them was an unfamiliar set of buttons, and levers next to some of the other ones. Huh? Flam eyed so at the new additions, then turned his attention to Franky, who had taken his own seat behind him. Franky, what are all of these?
Oh, I knew it's the defensive flexes to her.
Franky leaned back in his seat with a grin still on his face.
Never hurts to be too careful.
Flam and Flam both smiled at Franky's extra precautions. Flam then reached up for the start button, the simple green dot on the switchboard. Shall we get on the road?
Oh, yeah!
Franky called it out just as Flam pressed the button.
I also moved the button. The red one is now the start button, and the green one is my own specialty.
The words connected Flam and Flam's seconds too late. The Squeezy's engines rumbled to max power. The whole machine shook and steam hissed all around them. Then it was silent. Flam wiped the sweat off his brow. Franky, you scared us there for a second. I thought the Squeezy was going to... The back of the Squeezy then exploded in a burst of apple-scented air. The reins of the campsite were now blasted oblivion. Not that any pony on the Squeezy saw as they were currently rocketing across the land. Flim and Flam both screamed as they hung to the Squeezy for dear life.
Franky!
Stop this crazy thing! Flim cried out. Franky simply laughed, pulled out a mug of cider.
Don't worry, brothers. My coupe de cider's working like a charm. It'll get us anywhere in no time.
Brother, I think you and I have stepped onto a literal gold mine. Yes. Oh, yes, brother, yes. Ka-ching. I knew it was all too good to be true. Oh, back to out of character, Flim and Flam. Flim sighed. A snowflake fell at the tip of his muzzle, but he didn't bother pressing it off. It would have been just replaced by another one anyway. Instead, he hugged himself to try to conserve body heat. He had just been given the icy glaciers and snow that surrounded him. All around the three ponies, mountains peaked up as stray clouds. Flam used one of his hoofs to shield his eyes, while he tried to search for the civilization. He flipped up snow in a fit of anger. Darn it! Straight in the middle of Celestia knows where! Franky tried it over and placed a hoof on Flam's back.
Don't worry, brother. The Squeezy will get us whatever we need.
Flam shoved Franky's hoof away. We needed to be in Baltimore! By the time we get back to any civilization, our scion will be spoiled thanks to you!
No, it wasn't.
Franky nonchalantly replied. Flam walked over, eyes blazed with wrath and sneered. Why is that?
'Cause we used up all the cider to get here.
Franky didn't seem to care too much about the brothers' eyes popping out of their head.
What? You thought magic alone was enough? Nah. You needed some serious cider power to get this far. Complete success.
Our supply, Flam stirred. His form crumbled and fell to the snow. Flim followed his brother to the snow. The last of our reserves.
Huh?
Franky watched the brothers stay motionless.
We get this week, Mahal.
Franky pushed his side, produced 2 bottles full of cider.
I mean, if that's not a big deal, I got 3 bottles we can split all right now.
Flim and Flam started in the snow. They snatched the 2 bottles away, not even knowing Franky's torso was open like a fridge. They got over to the Squeezy and hopped on. They downed the cider to their reserve tanks and hit the coupe to cider button. They were gone instantly, leaving Franky alone in the cold. Franky traced off in the direction of the Squeezy's tanks, yelling,
Brothers, wait! That was the last tire I had. If I don't get more.
He tripped over a rock hidden in the snow instead of a plume of white. When it cleared, Frankie was now sitting in a snow angel. His mane and tail blew once more.
Ugh. Never doing cider again. Crap.
He pulled himself out of the snow and put a hoof to his head.
What the hey happened? Wait, hey? What am I saying? Ugh. Doesn't matter. I gotta get out of this place before I freeze.
Frankie's whole body snooked as snow and wind assaulted him from all sides. When he raised the hoof to defend himself from a northern blast, a western blast struck him instead. Frankie had abandoned following the squeezy's tacks as soon as he saw the snow had covered them. He now wandered aimlessly, occasionally running towards a rock or another unique sight in the sea of white.
Man, I really screwed up.
He thought before stealing his mind.
No, I gotta keep going. For the Sunny. For Luffy. For everyone.
Frankie smacked right into the side of the mountain. Clumps of snow fell and buried him under it. Luckily, he quickly stumbled his way out with his hooves.
Gah! Screw this island. Is it too much to ask for some shelter?
The anchor left Frankie's body when he saw that the part of the mountain he stumbled into had a dark entrance. He focused on it and saw that the light couldn't penetrate it.
Huh! Seems like my prayers got answered. Maybe there's soda inside.
He galloped over to the entrance and disappeared to the cave. Outside, the last bit of snow dislodged itself from the engraving it had been covering. Large black letters, withered by the age, spelled out a single word. Vegapunk. Now, that's gotta make you think. If this universe of Celestia has been so xenophobic, how come Vegapunk's been allowed?